So the first step you will need to do is trim any fat off of your chicken and slice it horizontally to make thinner pieces, as you see me doing there. And then after you've sliced all of your chicken, you are going to pound it out. I prefer to do this myself with a meat pounder or tenderizer. But you can buy already thinly sliced chicken in your grocery store. It's just a few dollars more. So I prefer to save those couple of dollars and do it myself. And the reason you do this is to make a really tender chicken. When they're thicker, they can dry out a little bit easier and take longer to cook. So you want them to be thin so that they almost melt in your mouth and fall apart. Now you see me putting my thin chicken breasts into the seasoned flour. You can buy seasoned flour in the store, but I prefer to just lay plain all-purpose flour onto a baking sheet and season it with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning, and just toss my chicken breasts in there to coat in flour. And then you will shallow fry them for a couple minutes on each side. You're not looking to cook them all the way through. You just want the outside to get some color and a little bit of crispiness. And then you can flip them over once one side is crispy, and then you'll put those off to the side on a separate plate and repeat that process with all of your chicken until they are seared on both sides. Now, as you can tell, I have a lot of chicken waiting to be cooked on that tray. So this process takes a little bit of time, but you can prep all your other ingredients while the chicken is cooking. And I generally make about 10 to 12 servings of chicken piccata because I live in a house with 6 people. So we like to have plenty of food and have leftovers. So here I have 2 cups, just a little over 2 cups of chicken broth, and then I'm adding that dry white wine. We used a cheap Sauvignon Blanc that was on sale at the store, so you put in 2 cups of that as well, and then we juice all of our lemons into that liquid as well. Some people like to start with the wine first to deglaze the pan. You can do that, especially if you're making a smaller batch, but I've made this recipe so many times that I just put it all into a measuring cup so that it's ready to go. So here's my tower of chicken, as I call it. I'm just waiting for the rest of the chicken to be done, and you see my boiling water going for the pasta as well. There is the garlic and the capers set off to the side, as well as the wine and chicken broth. And now I'm putting in the stick of butter and just letting that melt a little bit, swirling it around the pan, and then I will add the rest of my liquid. Now that the butter is almost melted, I'm going to add in my garlic and the capers. And I like to have my liquid nearby so that I can add that in right after so the garlic doesn't burn. Now I will bring this to a simmer so that it can reduce and thicken slightly. And once it has reduced, you can add all of your chicken in. And then you'll put that on low and cover it if you'd like. And cook it about 10 minutes until the chicken is all the way cooked through. And while the chicken is cooking in the sauce, that's usually when I cook my pasta, so that when the pasta is done, the chicken is done at the same time.